to another episode of Halftimes and Harmonies, where we talk about all things athletics and arts. My name is Hope, and today I wanted to dive into the question of what makes art good. Because we've come and gone with all these award seasons, and we've had the Grammys and the Oscars just happened. So I just wanted to ask what makes the art good, because truthfully, the definition of good art is leaving a strong emotional impact on the viewer and leaving a long lasting, unforgettable impression. Which I think what you consider like a bad movie, you still remember it though, right? So is it like the acting that makes it good? Because is that really what makes an art form good? Is the acting, directing? Because at the end of the day, for every movie, lots of work was put into just to kind of put these things to work and make them function. And so, why are we limiting what's good or bad? And obviously, I said like the Grammys and the Oscars, and then the Tonys coming up later in the year, and same with the Emmys. Like, I don't think they should be abolished, because don't get me wrong, those things absolutely put the food on the table and keep you in work, keep you in business. And so I think, we should reward people for some of their hard work. But at the same time, there's another end of the spectrum where it's like, why are we just awarding a certain type of movie? Because I see year in and year out, like certain movies are getting the best picture nod. I think Everything Everywhere All at Once kind of broke that stereotype because it was like an action movie, but at the same time, it also had the same kind of message of making you think and have an existential crisis. So I feel like if your movie doesn't make your viewers have an existential crisis about themselves, then you can kiss that best picture nomination goodbye, because you're not getting nominated for anything. And I just don't know. But I mean, they do keep the stuff on the table. I do think that um Angela Bassett is definitely still long overdue for her award, and Stephanie Shu, but we're not going to talk about that. But I think what the thing is that's most alarming is like, why are we limiting what art is good and what art isn't good? You know what I mean? Like, why are Marvel films like, I think the purpose of movies, the purpose of music, the purpose of entertainment as a whole is to really just is to be an escape from reality. And movies that make me feel like I'm still in reality and make me still have an existential crisis and make me think, I don't think that's very, very good, because I just want to have an escape, just sit down, relax, and laugh. Like, why aren't comedy movies winning Oscars? Like, I just don't get it. But truthfully, and honestly, I think art is so subjective. But like, sports, on the other hand, is absolutely objective. Now, the difference between the two, of course, is subjective meaning based on one's opinions and objective meaning based on facts. Sports, you can measure how good a player is. You can see all those points that they score. LeBron James is objectively a good basketball player. Why? Because he scores a lot of points, and he has a lot of assists, he has a lot of steals, he has a lot of rebounds. And those are just objective facts. And same with Steph Curry being arguably the greatest shooter of all time. Well, he's up there. That's an objective fact, because he holds the record for 3 pointers, and he makes just about every 3-pointer he puts up. So because of that, I truly and genuinely think that sports is definitely objective. And so MVP awards, those aren't truly subjective. And you can measure that. You can measure how good a sports player is based on the season that they have. But with art, you can't measure how good art is. And so, although, yes, getting an EGOT or any one of those four is an incredible achievement, at the same time, I don't think anybody that gets snubbed should really be down on their performance just because a select group of people didn't think your performance was worthy doesn't mean that the entire world didn't think it wasn't worthy of praise and admiration. And I think the same goes for music as well because for me, I like to listen to a little bit of JoJo Siwa here and there, and I love banging out to Disney tunes, but that's not everybody's cup of tea. That's the music I think is good, but obviously I'm not, because I know people that are fans of, Nicki Minaj or like some K-pop or, just simple trap and country people. Like, that's you. And if you like that music, that's not for me. But I'm not going to sit here and say it's bad because it's not for me. But that's just how it is. And so I think that, truthfully, award shows shouldn't be abolished because they keep food on the table and they keep the lights on. But at the same time, I don't think award shows should be like the end all be all of everything. So, but thank you guys for joining me on this week's episodes of Halftimes and Harmonies. Tune in next time for a debrief of the March Madness tournament thus far. Au revoir, ciao, adios, and goodbye.